Hi, I'm Janytza Quirarte. My case summary is on Jeffrey Dahmer. Dahmer is a well-known serial killer. He's known for the gruesome crimes that he committed on his victim. He's also known as a cannibal in Milwaukee. Early life, Dahmer would be amazed by animal bones. He will dissect these animals and will basically be interested in them, which is interesting because this later on goes on to what he does to his victims. He had a drug problem. Basically, it was alcohol. It started at age 14. He enlisted in the army, but he was discharged because of his drinking problem. He got arrested for disorderly conduct. He exposed himself in front of two boys in public. I believe this was in 1989. He got arrested, I believe, and he got parole. I'm almost, if I'm sure. Case and evidence. This is where it gets involved with what was found. So this is a warning just in case. If you're very don't like seeing evidence of it's not gruesome at all. Like it doesn't involve blood, but anyways, Dahmer murdered 17 males between 1978 and 1991. Most of his victims were black men. Most of them were gay. He will lure his victims by promising sex and money. He will drug them once they felt safe, and that's when he will kill them. He will perform sexual acts on them right after they were dead. And while that was happening, he would also take pictures of their body where it had blood and all the stuff that he basically did to them. He would do experiments, to create as the FBI said, a zombie sex slave. He dismembered these body parts and he would keep them as trophy, but he will also eat them. This is a slide of these are the victims. These are evidence found. This is the Polaroid pictures that I was talking about. These are basically evidence. Charges. He got 17 charge of first-degree murder. It's basically known as a intent to take someone's life. And also he drugged his victims. He performed sexual acts and dismembered victims' bodies. He got 2 sexual assault counts for luring a 13-year-old to his apartment in 1981, and he got disorderly conduct. This was mentioned in the early life for masturbating in front of 2 boys. Trial took place in Wisconsin. Dahmer's first plead not guilty, however, later on guilty with insanity. Prosecution claimed that Dahmer knew what he was doing and found no case of insanity. They used the Polaroid pictures as an example for that. He was sentenced life to prison, but there was mention of death penalty in pretrial. Um, Due to the location of where Dahmer lived, the police departments wouldn't pay attention to the calls coming in. He lived in a neighborhood where there was mostly people of color. Glenda Cleveland was the one who made noise complaints and called officers and basically the police department about the noise that was coming from Dahmer's apartment. They ignored the call because of where they lived. It was unknown if Dahmer was dealing with his sexuality. What would have happened if there was an investigation? Dahmer's crime would have continued. He would expand his crime and basically his criminal behavior would be a much more bigger problem. Victims of the family would have not received justice and victims would have not been found. And the cause Glenda Cleveland would keep on making will not be answered. Modern effects, this case is well known because of all the shows that recently came out, which is Dahmer's Monsters, Jeffrey Dahmer stories. Media was involved a lot. Evidence was talked about in public. There's a song, Dark Horse by Katy Perry. She's a beast, I call her Carmel. She Eats Your Heart Out like Jeffrey Dahmer. It's a well-known, this song became popular and was introduced again once the Dahmer monster was released. Um, there's more information on this case. This is just a brief summary of what happened since, yeah, all the reference, what I use for my, oh my God, for my article is here. It's also in my article. Well, not article, sorry. Case summary is all here. But yeah, thanks for listening, and I hope next time I can give you guys a full explanation of what this is. Thank you.